What's up? I'm Lars.
I'm Aaran.
We're While She Sleeps.
And you're watching the fan question thing.
Ja, herzlich willkommen, Rocker im Ring 2019. Wir sitzen jetzt hier mit While She Sleeps.
Yo.
Hello.
Und da wir das Interview mit While She Sleeps erst vor kurzem gemacht haben, ihr könnt euch das gerne in den Kommentaren anschauen, da findet ihr das Interview, haben wir uns überlegt, dass wir Fanfragen sammeln und mal schauen, was ihr bei Instagram und bei Facebook gefragt habt an While She Sleeps. So, hey guys.
Hello.
Hi.
We tried to do some fan questions today, as we did the interview about 1 or 2 months before.
Yeah.
So
And not much has changed since then.
not much has changed.
Yeah.
I think that your new album came out, and
Apart from it coming out, yeah. Apart from that, that's the only change.
yeah,
Fun question.
And it's doing really well.
and so let's start with fan questions. Cool. The first fan question is actually from one guy of our team. It's Rodney, and he asked you, "What happens while she sleeps?"
Oh God.
Are you a fan? You're a fan?
Really?
Okay,
No.
this class is a fan question. Okay. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. You leave her well alone while she sleeps.
Okay.
Come as far away from her as while she sleeps. As
I
you
mean,
can.
we created this name back in 2006, and I think, yeah.
It was in a time where like death metal was huge,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about kind of having the most sort of gruesome name, and everyone had like spikes sticking out of their name, and it was about sort of appearing kind of hard, if you like. You know what I mean? So like, I think, yeah, carry on.
Yeah, and
it was just kind of like
our name
at that
did
time.
fall into that kind of genre back then, I guess. But yeah, now like it seems weird in this day and age when everybody's so politically correct and everybody, you know, having a name like While She Sleeps seems quite ominous. It seems like we're not doing anything to her while she sleeps.
Okay.
just to let you know.
The way that I've kind of like made it make a bit more sense to me as the band's grown, if you like, is like I like to think of like a dormant ship that's sunk to the bottom of the ocean, or like the world in complete darkness. You know, like something a bit more like
This is pretty deep.
something a bit more poetic and a bit more like
Yeah.
natureful, if you like.
So she like symbolizes Mother
Mother
Earth.
nature in a way.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think-
think what make good names is when you can take them in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And I think While She Sleeps is quite an open-ended thing. It's like, well, where's it from? So I think
It's very
it's
true.
up to poetic license, like anyone's poetic judgment or license to sort of take it as they want. You know?
Like you told the image with the ship in the water,
Yeah.
which is sunken. I've thought about the Facebook title cover with a picture of a ship and with I would say a kind of a dreamy font, where it's just While She Sleeps written there.
There
So,
you go.
the poetic guy on Facebook. So
There you
yeah,
go.
that's good. That's good. So let's go on. Yannick Hamratz oder Hamratz.
Yo,
like we
Yannick.
German we say this is asking. Are you more the arf or more the bark guy?
What's
So
that?
more arf or more bark? I don't know if you know the
I
Knocked
don't-
Loose song.
No, I don't know.
There's something like arf, arf, arf or bark, bark.
I think we're a bit more bark. Because
We're bark.
Because
Okay.
I understand that word.
Arf. What's arf? Barf.
It's just a sound, arf.
Oh.
A-R-F.
And that's a Knock Loose song.
No, it's a part in the song, like there's this arf, arf
All
in
right.
the track.
I'd go
Or
for
a
bark.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll bark.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for that, Yannick.
There are so many questions from men, and where are the women? But actually, Fab Horn asks Lars, what did you do with your hairs that they are so shiny?
Hair? He washes it with like horse shampoo.
Nothing special.
Okay,
I just wash it
So
and leave it.
just good genealogy.
I guess so.
Okay.
I mean, you always want what you can't have. I'd love to have a big curly afro, but you know.
Would you really?
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Okay, so a question from a girl. Christine Friedrich asked you, how did you do the tour life combined with your family or friends and your friend life?
It's difficult. It's difficult. Like, I don't think there's ever an easy way to say goodbye to family or loved ones. I think that time away, especially when bands are at their busiest, you know, is quite difficult. Aaran is maintained a long distance relationship for quite a while now, so he can probably agree
I
that
think
it's definitely not easy.
I think it's something that like it's conditioned us into like, you know, like the only reason I've probably kept a long distance relationship going for so long is because I'm conditioned to not seeing anybody but these motherfuckers for like 8 months of the year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it does get really hard. Like Loz said, like not seeing your family and friends, and like you do lose some like contact with some friends who you're like not as close with because you never see them, you know. But then the really close ones remain. So I guess you know who your real friends are in the end. And it's nice to like when you do eventually see your friends or family. It's really nice. You tend to like savor those moments a lot more.
Yeah.
So.
It's like we don't take what we get to do for granted. So at the same time as us being like, oh, we're going to have to spend time away from our friends and families, it's kind of like we want to sort of experience as much as we can with our best mates on the road. Like we've been in a band together for so many years now, and the guys have been friends since school. So it's, you know, you try not to take that for granted. So any opportunity you can get to experience things and play live and get to see as much of the world as possible whilst doing what we do is amazing, you know. So it's you know, it's definitely 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next question. There. Forgiveness of self. Yeah. Forgiveness
Is
of self.
that who sent the question in?
Yeah. This is
Forgiveness of self. What's up?
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Will there be a new acoustic session?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
We
something
just
I can do?
we've just like since the album came out this year and before the album came out, this year is like the busiest touring year we've ever had.
Yeah.
Literally, we have been on the road since January without much time off, and we are like going straight through to like November this year. It's crazy. So, so yeah, no rest for the wicked. We love writing like renditions of our own songs acoustically.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. We love to like show that like our talents can lie there as well. But maybe we won't have time this year. Maybe next year though, for sure.
I think the way we like to write songs is that I think if they translate well onto acoustic guitar as well as being heavy songs, then for us it's kind of like they're good songs.
Mm-hmm.
So we really do enjoy doing that. It's just we've got some acoustic shows booked as well in the UK.
Okay,
That,
nice.
like we had to put on hold because we simply haven't had like the time to sort of get to grips with the songs because we've just been full on. So we owe some people some shows, and yeah, there'll be more acoustic stuff definitely.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Maybe it is going to happen some point this year to add into the busy schedule.
Does he mean a record or album, or does he mean shows, or
I think it's something like both.
Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah, they're
my
definitely.
question would be if there also be some acoustic session like shows, especially
They probably
Germany.
will, because we did have to put those ones on hold because we didn't have enough time to figure it out. But we've done it since Brainwashed. Really, we've done it like each album campaign. So it'd be a shame not to do it with this one, especially like Loz said, like the songs translate really well into acoustic songs anyway. So yes, hopefully we'll get time to sneak it in.
The thing for us is like we never sort of professed to be good singers. So when it's all stripped back to its bare bones and we have to sort of strip it all back and try and sing along, it's a bit like nerve-wracking for us as well. It's not something we find like necessarily like really easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll definitely get into it again though.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll be doing that again.
So I will add a question to the same topic. Do you like to watch acoustic versions of fans on YouTube, for example, of your songs?
I don't search for them personally. I mean, if I come across one and I check it out, then or someone will send me a link and I'll check it out. Like it's always cool, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the same as Loz. But there was somebody who was it? That guy who was he from Thailand or something? And he has like
recently did a version, yeah.
What song was it? And he has the most insane voice.
Yeah.
Like.
Sorry that we can't remember exactly who that was, but he did cover one of our songs and it was mind-blowing. Like,
We will try to figure it out.
So yeah, like if we come across them, like I personally don't look for them. I think Sean and Matt kind of look for guitar covers and stuff like that. But if anyone's got anything like that, just DM me and send it to me. I'd love to check it out. You know.
Mm-hmm. Let me go to the next question. El Mandoras asks. If you plan to play old songs like Hearts Aside, Horses, or Crows.
I mean, there's old and then there's ancient. You know,
what a lad from being there from the beginning.
Yeah,
nice one.
totally. And those songs they're still great. They still hold up. I think. Like to say that was like our first like time we wrote music together,
recorded
like
ourselves and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
We must be coming up on the anniversary of that soon.
We will be. Next year will be the North Stands for Nothing 10-year anniversary, so we'll probably end up playing like most of those songs at some point next year.
Probably do some shows just playing that album.
Yeah,
Nice.
like do the like album in its entirety, and that's only like equates to like half a set now anyway. So we'll be able to stick a lot more songs in as well as that.
So you got a lot to do.
Yeah, a lot to do. Always busy.
Let's go to the next question from Jackie Photoactive.
Hi, Jackie.
With which band would you like to tour?
Thrice
for sure. Yeah, and Darkest Hour. Like they're always the two I go back to over and over again over the years when we get these questions. But like I've never toured with either of them, and it'd be fucking great too.
Thrice is like a band that combined we all really share the same love for.
Mm-hmm.
So as a collective for the whole band, I guess they'd be the one that we'd pick to go on tour with.
They would be the collective consensus.
They never seem to disappoint us. Like we just loved the records and yeah, they're a great band.
Definitely. So how many questions do you want from me? So we got a lot. So how many? Give me its number.
4.
Okay, cool. So Mr. Wolke asks
Mr. Vodka.
Mr. Wolke, Mr.
Sorry.
Cloud.
I was like, nice name.
Mr. Vodka.
Mr. Vodka is messing about.
What's done first, the instrumental or the vocals or in the text?
Difficult one. I think
Instrumental primarily, for a majority of the time.
usually our songs will grow from a Sean Long riff,
Yeah.
and then we'll kind of structure it around that. I'll be writing, I'll have some stuff. Some of the other guys might have some lyrics.
And we all know like Sean's riff are the best, so he told us in
Yep.
the last interview.
Yep, definitely. Yeah.
Yep. You can't beat a Sean riff.
But yeah, so every song's a little bit different, but I would say primarily it'll start with Sean Long sort of messing around on guitar and coming up with some sort of like heavy riff that he likes, and then we'll just sort of try and sculpt around that song. It's quite interesting sometimes in the studio. You might have sections, a beginning, middle, and end or something. You might just pick them up or like play them and then just flip it completely upside down, and you might get like a cool structure. So it's every song is kind of a bit different in that respect. But
Or there might be like some leftover lyrics or leftover parts. Like for example, I think Set You Free was like a mash together of like 4 or 5 parts for like that we had on the record in other songs that were left over, and we were like, well, let's see if we can make an awesome song out of all these parts. So we did, and I think it's one of our best songs on the record. To be fair,
Just a combination of a lot of good ideas.
yeah.
Yeah. So we talked. You mentioned Sean. You want to say something?
No.
Okay.
I was going to, but it's not important enough.
You mentioned Sean. Pex in Philly asks how Sean gets the ideas for this awesome melodies.
shuts himself in the dark, pretty much,
Yeah.
and just doesn't stop until he likes something.
Yeah. It, like
That's about it,
it is right. Like Sean is like a classic example of like persistence pays off, and he'll just sit there and I'll just keep riffing and riffing until something great. Like he can be sat there he can be sat there for hours, like in one day, and not come up with anything, and then but just keep going, and then a riff will come out. So yeah, persistence is definitely key when it comes to stuff like that.
That one's for you, Sean.
And I think it's the same with anything, isn't it? Like you have to persist through things that, you know, like practice makes perfect, I guess, is the classic line, and yeah, and it's been said for a reason because it's true.
Yeah, so the last two questions. Zelina to remember. Actually, I would say she's more a day to remember than the While She Sleeps fan. Because
All right, cheers for that.
Zelina to remember asks...
Cool band, to be honest, so I'm all right with that.
Do you plan some new headliner dates for Germany?
Nothing that we can tell you about.
Oh, really?
It's one of those. It's just...
But we are MoreCore, come on.
No.
We
won't be allowed
we
to.
have a tour in the pipeline that we're discussing at the moment. So the answer to that really is going to be like, of course, we're going to come out to Germany and headline. We don't want to say too much about what the plans are because we're just finalising the details and making sure before we get anyone excited for it that it's actually a full thing. But yeah, so the answer's yes, basically, and keep your eyes out for some announcements.
And hopefully they'll be the biggest shows. Did you just say that? They'll be the biggest shows we'll ever played in Germany. Hopefully.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
The biggest venues. Whether people turn up or not is another story.
Yeah.
Nice. And I'll do the last question because I don't know the reason for it. I don't know if I had to read a lot more about Sean, because X Black Rainbow asks if Sean will open up a tea house.
Tea house.
Oh, yeah. We're doing this.
What's the story about this?
Basically, a lot of our fans have been queuing up outside the venues before.
Oh God.
You know, so
I thought you were talking about his like tonics and stuff.
No, yeah, well, he's also into like herbal remedies and tonics anyway. But he was. I think this is relating to the fact that before we'd play, we'd have fans queuing outside the venues to come and see us play, and in the winter it was really, really cold. So we got into the habit of like trying to, make those people feel a bit more comfortable and taking them a bite to eat and a cup of tea and keeping them warm and that was
comfy.
That was about
because
it.
Because they wouldn't leave outside the venue like the whole day.
And it gets cold, you know what I mean? So
it's cold, and they're not leaving to get food anywhere. They're not bringing packed lunches, so it's like, right, okay, we have like a bunch of food in here that probably is going to go to waste. Let's just feed.
So turn up to a sleep show early, get a cup of tea and some fruit.
Yeah, we're trying to feed the world.
And a Mars bar.
One fan at a time.
That sounds awesome.
All right, Geldof.
Cool. So I will finish this with not a question, just an answer from Marcel Doomed. We just shall say you that we love you.
Oh, thank you so much, dude.
Thanks, man.
So thank you for the questions.
No, thank you guys.
And yeah, have fun on the festival.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Cool.